peace. Having now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. It's right now. You're not going too far in the future. You're not going too far in the past. Right now, man. Right now, matter of fact, I want to speak on the Merkaba meditation. Like I spoke on the end of the other video. You know, matter of fact, just starting off, the Merkaba is energy. Basically like our spirit, our transportation device for our soul or for our spirit in essence. But matter of fact, the Merkaba spoken of for the Bible people, dealing with Ezekiel and the wheels by which he ascended into heaven. That was the Merkaba. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, in the Hebrew language, they like to say they say Merkaba. Instead of ba with a B, they say Merkaba with a V. You know, and matter of fact, like it has meanings like a Merkaba, like the chariot or the throne of God. You know what I'm saying? With the chariot, like a chariot that move. The chariot is the thing with the horses. Moving you around, and that's what it is. It's a chariot for your spirit, for your soul body. And matter of fact, in Kemet or Egypt, Kemet. You know what I'm saying? They even broke it down into like the whole word broke down into three words like Mer, Ka, and Ba. Well, Mer is light, Ka is spirit, and Ba is human body. So your light spirit body, you know what I'm saying? And even the Zulu tribe, like the Zulu tribes in Africa, also called this the space-time dimension vehicle. In which a lot of people don't know that like this is indigenous knowledge that been around. So from Zulu tribes, like from the Dogon, like all these past, indigenous tribes know most of them know of these things, you know. But the Merkaba, matter of fact, that's where you get the Star of David from. You know what I'm saying? It's from the Merkaba. You know what I'm saying? Which I showed. I'm gonna show you another picture, but it's the Merkaba. Matter of fact, and this is it around your body. This one picture. And it's different somewhat for the male and female. Male Merkaba, female Merkaba. And what the difference is basically, for the male, the top tetrahedron, one of the points is going to be facing forward. So you could kind of get that. Let's see. Let's see. You see, like the one over his face, so the top tetrahedron, one of the corners is facing the front, and that's for the sun energy. And then the bottom one has the flat face, facing front one. And then on the female, her top one is facing flatwards in the front, you know, and then her bottom one has the point out, you know. So her top one is dealing with the moon energy. The male top one is dealing with the sun energy, you know. But this is the energy field around our body. That's why you'll see them sometimes. Actually, like in some pictures, depict some angels with a Merkaba around their body with some little wings coming from it. You know what I'm saying? But this is the spirit body. This is how the spirit body moves. And just like in a vehicle, like can you drive a car with your eyes closed? Or if you don't know, if you're sitting in a car and you don't know you're sitting in the car, can you operate it properly? You know, no, you got to know what's on your body, know what you're dealing with. Because even down to this meditation, I didn't even do like the fullness of this meditation because I'm about to share with you like what I did off of the meditation. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do the fullness, of it because once it got to a certain point, I'm like, all right, this is getting redundant. I could stop all those steps and just put that into one, last step, and it worked for me. That's the thing. When I feel something work for me, it's like, well, I could share it because I actually worked with this meditation. It's not like I just read this meditation like, ooh, this is good to share with people. Let me share it with people. Nah, like I actually, activated my own Merkaba. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, because like I got to a point where I actually felt it. Like I felt like I was inside a rim. And what I mean, like a rim, like how a rim spin and it's spinning so fast that it look like it's going backwards too. But like I felt my Merkaba in two. I felt like the top one spinning clockwise and the bottom one spinning counterclockwise, and just, at the speed of light, which you get it to that point, taking your time. But let me get to the basics of it. And matter of fact, it's for the most part, you do want to get in the lotus position, So, as a matter of fact, get in the lowest position, as above, so below. When we position ourselves like this, we are like little pyramids, and in essence, you see that triangular shape, bam and then bam. So you like a little pyramid, basically, like a little Oregon pyramid generating energy. But want to get in that lotus position, and you want to deal with the yogic breaths, so basically, like I said, breathing through the nostrils and bringing the air down to the diaphragm. You know what I'm saying? And you also want to implement that rhythm like breathing, rhythmic breathing. You know what I'm saying? Like so many seconds in, so many seconds out. But you develop your own little timing on, what feels right for you, dealing with this. Because a lot of these things I have to keep talking about the importance of like how, doing, like, modifying it to yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because what was, even though they have basic guidelines of certain meditations, yes, but we all different. Our perception is different, because some of us so far of knowing we could, like, oh, I could skip that part and skip it and it still work for you, you know what I'm saying? Some of us like, no, I need every step. I need, you know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different spirits, you know. But you want to do is yogic breaths, and you're gonna be using mudras. As a matter of fact, you're gonna be moving through chakras with the mudras, but I'm gonna get to that. You're breathing through the nostrils, breathing with the diaphragm. So that's the motion of the breath, in the nose, out the nose, moving the diaphragm in the stomach. As a matter of fact, and before you could even start, like, just to beginning stages, you want to be able to visualize this Merkaba around your body. So that's why I always talk about visualization, too. And that's why I talk about two different meditations, because, like I say, meditation is about clearing your mind, but you have different meditations for, like, activating stuff. So, like, say for instance, I would do my morning, like, just clearing my mind in the morning and clearing my mind, at night. Then somewhere in between time or right after my morning one, then I would drop down into the Merkaba meditation. But, like, because I feel like clearing my mind is one of the most important things, because doing, like, exercises like Merkaba meditation, this and that, that's not necessarily to clear your mind, because actually it's kind of, not say keeping your mind active, but with all these steps to do, you know is gonna have you kind of starting off, is just not gonna be as relaxing because you're trying to learn it, you know what I'm saying? So, but you want to visualize, visualize that Merkaba around your body before you even get to it. Like I say, males, you're visualizing that point, coming in front of you. Females, you got the flat, face the flat front of the top tetrahedron, and basically, in fact, so once you get that orchestrated into, back to the other things like what I brought up in the other meditation video, where you have the options, it helps, which they have they talk about, like, looking up into looking up into that third eye, into that center, looking up and centered, almost like you're looking up, like, right here somewhere. You're looking up and centered. This is optional, but it is a part of it, but looking up and making sure you're visualizing those star tetrahedron, as best as you can, interlocked around the body. And Now you do have the option with this Merkaba meditation to sit down in a chair also. So even though it's best in the lotus, which as most meditations in general, it's better for you to be in the lotus position. But you know, if that if you're not allowed, like body wise or whatever the case may be, then sitting down with your feet flat, back straight is also an option. And you could also have the tongue, tongue on the roof of the mouth. You don't have to do the full, you don't have to do the kashara mudra or the half kashara. You could just have your tongue in a regular little spot where it's like, it start right where your teeth in it. So starting right there. You have the tongue at the touching the top of the roof. And basically you're gonna be moving through the chakras, while picturing your Merkaba. So you're gonna, have your visualization ready. So you're picturing your Merkaba. So first off, starting in the root chakra. So, as a matter of fact, and you're going through each mudra. So, say for instance, the root chakra, you're holding these fingers, the solar plexus, no, the sacral, be this, solar plexus, heart chakra, and then you go back to the to this mudra, but it's for the throat. Then first eye, third eye, Anya chakra, and then crown. And then it's the next piece, but I'm gonna go through what you're doing while So as visualizing that Merkaba, male, female, got it oriented right. You know what I'm saying? Have your hands in this mudra right here. Matter of fact, you want to empty your lungs out. Like make sure all your breath is going. Like, almost like the bad wolf, like blow all that out. Make sure your lungs is completely empty. And then you begin with the breath through your nostrils. Inhale, bringing it down to the diaphragm. And since we're on the root chakra, when you take that inhale in, you want to visualize a red light and feeling your root chakra on the inhale. So visualizing that red light on the inside of your body. Still visualizing that Merkaba. You visualizing too. You visualizing this Merkaba around your body the whole time too. So this where it's a little, becoming a little advanced on the visualizations because you're having a, that mind's eye really having a, matter of fact, it's like working out, you know what I'm saying? Like you working a muscle, so you're working that pineal gland, with the visualization. So you're going to have to, that pineal gonna have to be decalcified and really be up for the challenge, But like I say, this mudra right here, breathing in, diaphragm, eyes facing center, back straight. Bring that air in, and you visualizing that on the breath, pulling in, you visualizing that root chakra turning red. That red light in the root chakra at the base of the spine. And then you hold that breath, shortly for like a little rhythm. So for a short breath. And then on the exhale, you visualizing, matter of fact, visualize on the exhale the red light, which they say starting from the fill up your upper tetrahedron. So you visualize the red light filling up that top part of the tetrahedron, and then you visualize it eventually moving down to the bottom part. Or you could visualize it, just moving from the root chakra, and the root chakra just, the red light is filling up from the root chakra. But either way, like I said, whichever way feels better. But from what I got from the meditation, they say to fill up the upper tetrahedron first, and then fill up the bottom one. So let's try to do this in order now. So we at the root chakra. So it's visualizing that red light in the chakra. Then exhale, visualizing that red filling up the top part and the bottom. And at the end of the exhale, you want to have your Merkaba filled with whichever light you're dealing with. So the root chakra, so you're dealing with the red light. So you want your Merkaba filled with red light on the exhale. Then after that, pause for a second on that, let the exhale go. Then you change your mudras. So bam, all right, let's go to visualizing the red light in my chakra, visualizing my Mercury. Then exhale, visualizing the red light within. And then pause, and then you move to the next mudra. Next move, matter of fact, next finger. So finger loop, 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 and then going back. So you went from root chakra, now you're going to sacral chakra. And basically what you're doing is repeating these steps. So the same thing for the root chakra you're doing for each other chakra. Yeah. So matter of fact, and you're switching. So just like at the end I switch. So after you finish with the root chakra breath, it's like exhale, pause for a second, switch mudras, and then inhale. And now you're visualizing that orange in the sacral chakra. Releasing it, seeing that orange light filling up your Merkaba. And then on to the next chakra. Solar plexus and so on. Solar plexus, these fingers, heart chakra with the pinkies. Throat back to this. Third eye, first eye, and crown. And then the last mudra would be holding the two fingers like this. But we'll get to that part. And let's see. So basically after you have that part done, so you go through each chakra, root chakra, bam, you go through sacral chakra, you go all the way to the crown. Now when you get to the crown, which is basically like the 8 breath, because it's a 17 breath step, 17 plus 1, but the way I broke it down into at least I want to say at least 10 breaths, maybe 9, because like I say, once you get to, matter of fact, you get past the crown and you get to this next step I'm about to bring up. After this next step I'm about to bring up, you basically visualizing your Merkaba speeding up, for the most part. It's like every breath after that is just watching the speed get faster and faster, as it spins. Because like while you're doing these first, matter of fact, because as you visualizing with the chakras, you're just filling the Merkaba up with light, but you're not visualizing it spinning at this moment. It's just at a standstill. In the ways I told you, for the male, the corner facing the front, for the top tetrahedron. For the female, the corners in the back, and she has the flat face in front on the tetrahedron at the top. Now for the 8th breath after the crown chakra. So, you done went through root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. So after the crown, you release that breath, and then you pause, and bam, then you go into the 8th breath, which is holding the 2 fingers right here. And then on this one is another added aspect where you're going to visualize a vertical tube of prana entering from the top and the bottom at the same time. So you're going to visualize a tube come from the top of the head and the bottom of the spine at the same time. And basically you want to visualize them kind of like meeting up at the sacral chakra, basically, and the point where it's gonna basically make a prana ball at. So you're visualizing, and I'm gonna get to how you do it with adding the breath to it, but just letting you know, like the next breath after that, you're visualizing a pranic tube coming from the top of your head and one coming from the bottom. So, bam, got the hands, visualize the pranic tube. These two beings meet at the navel chakra, and it's gonna form a prana ball the size of a grapefruit. So basically, so you finish with your crown chakra breath. then, man, right before you finish with the crown chakra brick, on the inhale, you're visualizing those two tubes. Merkaba still visualizing. No color this time. You're just visualizing some tubes. So it's watching the tubes come in, and basically they meet up at the sacral chakra, right, yeah, sacral chakra, like a little bit under the navel. Matter of fact, the sacral and the dantian, like right there, and you're visualizing a big chi ball the size of a grapefruit. So you're visualizing a chi ball about this big, like I say, and that mind's eye gotta be strong because you gotta really, visualize it in order for it to, you know, because you are a metaphysical being, and what you focus on, what you think and visualize, it manifests. And if you visualizing your chakras and your nadis and all these energy zones and your Merkaba, then you actually using them properly too, or you get to the put like this, you're getting closer to being able to use them properly just by actually seeing them and visualizing them. You know what I'm saying? But back to the point, hands like this, visualize. So visualizing them meeting up right here. And then on the exhale, you're visualizing that pranic ball slowly growing. And then as you're visualizing it slowly growing, you know, matter of fact, the next step, visualize it growing to the size of something like the size of your body. So picture. So on the inhale, I'm visualizing the tubes coming in. Then I'm picturing that grapefruit, pranic ball, the grapefruit size pranic ball. Then exhaling and watching it grow bigger. As it grows bigger, in which this is optional too, because I want to add that and I want to be real about that. I said to the size of your whole body, but you have the option of just watching it grow slowly, just in general, just you can have some type of little stopping point, but like with my visualizations, I visualize it growing to the size of my, to around my body, basically. And then at that point, so, and this is the eight, again, this is the eighth breath after the crown chakra, so, you visualize the tube coming in, and then on the exhale, visualize the ball slowly growing, and then on the next breath, which I will call the last breath, I go to the no, is it 'cause I don't want to. Was like this. All right, cool. After this mudra, go to this mudra, and after that mudra, it's basically watching your Merkaba spin. So after you did that last step on the eighth breath, visualize that pranic ball getting big. Visualize it, going around the body. Now, on this breath, on the inhale, you want to visualize that the top tetrahedron and the bottom one spinning. Now, the top one I visualize spinning clockwise, the bottom one counterclockwise, in which it didn't discuss whether it's a different from men or women, because I know you got the difference on the orientation of them top to bottom, but I know I visualize my top tetrahedron spinning clockwise around, and the bottom one spinning counterclockwise. And basically on this last breath, and you still in two, so you're not only visualizing your Merkaba, but now you're visualizing the pranic tube and the pranic ball, which could either be the size of your body, still just a little bit bigger than the grapefruit, but still in this general area. Like I said, each is on that level. But you you're holding these visualizations, and now you're about to add the spin to your Merkaba. So at this point, you almost like a little, like a car, train, just starting off like a locomotive. You know what I'm saying? And just watch it start spinning. And now this where they keep breaking down the breaths, and this is optional. Now you could visualize it going full speed, but this me though too. And I'm gonna give you, because it's the realness of it. When I get into stuff, sometimes I try to, like the person that go in the weight room, you know what I'm saying, and try to lift, and I say lift too much, but lift more than what I need to be lifting, or up like this, trying to get a lot done too fast in essence, you know. But at that point where I was at in my growth, when I was learning this and when I did it, I was like, I was in a high vibrational state. And even though I was pushing it, for the most part, I could handle it. But I had to tone it down. So basically, when you get to the eight, you got the eighth breath where you visualizing the prime body, and you got the ninth breath where you visualizing the spinning. So after the ninth breath, you could take as many breaths, I'll say, because it go down to 18 technically. So after the ninth breath, you could take as many as you feel you need, as far as like watching it spin till you get it to spin. You want to basically get it to a spin though, to where it's spinning so fast you barely could even visualize the corners of it. It's almost, it's spinning so fast, it's like two cones, you know, spinning. You know, or matter of fact, like the, like how the rim spin, where like, where you say for instance you got spokes in the rim, but it's spinning so fast it just look like one rim in essence. Like it don't even look like it has spokes anymore. Same thing with your Merkaba, but it's spinning so fast you can't even see the corners or really see that it has corners. It's spinning so fast it looks like a cone, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not even allowed to see the corners of it. So when you get to the ninth breath, after that you could go to the 10th breath and speed it up. Because matter of fact, what it's saying with, on the actual meditation is like after the this bread is like, say, 35, 62. I forgot, but it's saying some type of speed rates in your mind, you know. And it was my thing too. It had got too complex at that point where I'm like, even if I'm like, this is gonna be too much of a, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna throw my mind off trying to crunch all this specifics, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know what, I could do this without. And then the voice within, like, yeah, you can, you know. So that's, like I say, this is me. So again, disclaimer, I'm no yoga instructor. I'm just telling y'all about the Merkaba meditation that I came across. You know, matter of fact, it was a video. I don't know, because of copyright purposes, I don't know if I could put the link in my bio. I may, if allowed to, I'll come back and add it. But it's a video that basically went through the steps of it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I followed, and I got results from it. You know what I'm saying? And I got results from it doing it my way. You know, modifying a little bit. So, you know, it's just me sharing, you know, the way I use the meditation and how it worked for me. So, like I say, just to stress again, not stress, to say it again, you know, after the eighth breath, visualizing the two, when you get to the ninth breath, you know. And honestly, even on that mudra, I'm not even sure, you probably could keep your fingers in the same mudra as the eight. Because if I could recall, like it was just the root, you know, going through the chakras and making sure you do that. And then on the eight breaths, like in the ones after that, it was more importantly about the spin, you know, about just visualizing and spinning. And then two, as you visualizing and spinning, you visualizing, you could probably visualize yourself traveling in it, you know. Because now when I meditate, now I just visualize my Merkaba spinning without, you know, I don't even do this exercise. You know, I don't really have to do this exercise no more. In essence, I just make sure my Merkaba spinning whenever I do close my eye. Like, matter of fact, when I'm walking down the street, I make sure my little Merkaba got a little spin on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm visualizing it being around me. You know, 'cause that's the thing. If you can't see your vehicle, you know, can't drive like this. Or you can't drive if you don't even know, you know, where the horn at, where the ignition at, you know. All the little buttons, like I tell you, the buttons is like looking up into your skull, or the Kashara mudra, or doing these mudras that's like buttons, you know, because it's allowing a certain flow of energy through certain nadis. Certain nadis, touching nadis is the energy meridians that flow through the body. So, you know, certain little circuits. Matter of fact, as above, so below. Do build electricity off of certain little circuits. Grounding yourself, you know, dealing with electricity. We are electromagnetic beings. Electrical and magnetic. That's the duality of masculine and feminine. You know, the feminine aspect is magnetic. The man is electrical. You know, magnetic moon, electrical light sun. You know, matter of fact, in darkness moon, so light male. You know, that's the two aspects. But that's basically it. You know, after the ninth breath, I mean after the eighth breath, you visualizing the two coming in, chronic ball. Then you now you just visualizing it picking up its spin. Matter of fact, to the point where it felt like, well, I was kind of like almost, I say jerking, but feeling like, I don't know what that movie was. I don't know if it was a 13 Ghosts or something like that. Oh no, it was the X-Men, I think. 13 Ghosts and X-Men, I think, where they had like a little machine, little portal machine, where they had something spinning around them so fast, and I'm like, and like you, I know like with something spinning around you fast like that, you could feel like, you know, like a little shake, like you could feel it, you know, and that's how I eventually started feeling my Merkaba around me. It's like, I could really, like, damn. I'm feeling it move, you know, at the speed of light. So, you know, and that's the thing, you know, just building up with your visualizations, you know, getting exercising that pioneer of those visualizations, and it'll come more and more natural to you, you know. It's all through repetition, just like how we've been practicing all our bad habits all our life and been being brainwashed all our life. We got to de-brainwash ourselves right now. And I know that sometimes it could be difficult because you know it's changed and it's going in a complete opposite direction. But if you want to grow, and it's very important to grow spiritually if you're trying to, you know, advance, especially, you know, if you're trying to stay in your flesh in this lifetime, you know, because the energy that's moving through, you know, is trying to check it. The rapture is making sure we using our DNA and making sure we raising our kundalini and having these bliss experiences, and, you know, and activating our Merkabas and things of this nature, you know, or at least trying to do your best of, you know, some type of way of getting to God, but getting closer to God in a realistic manner too, because, you know, the church stuff, you know, to each his own, but, you know, the body is the temple. This is the real church. You know what I just had? I just was telling everybody about church. That's what we just had just now. The meditation video, that's church. That's about your temple and how to have service. Having mass. Mass is basically meditation. You know what I'm saying? Getting talk, bringing God within, bringing that light within. You know, don't forget the Holy Bible is the Helios Biblios, the Sun Book. You know, Yeshua. You know, Shu, the God of air. You know, that stem from Ra, the sun. You know, so Shu, you know, is the son of God, or, you know, or like the extension of the sun, you know. And then angels, angles of light from the sun. Everything is dealing with light, sun, you know, DNA turning back to light, you know. But we gotta use our spiritual vehicles. They're around us, you know. If you don't use it, you lose it, you know. Kind of like with the pineal gland and things of this nature, where if you don't, you know, start decalcifying it in time, you know, I ain't gonna say it's permanently decalcified. I never heard if it could be permanently decalcified. I mean, permanently calcified, but I know it's gonna be a very, very difficult to decalcify it if you know, you haven't been using it and you let it, you know, calcify too, you know, for too long. But just want to share that Merkaba meditation with y'all. Again, disclaimer as far as like this is me, you know, speaking on the meditation that I use to open up, you know, and activate my Merkaba, you know, and it worked for me, doing it the way I just explained, you know what I'm saying? So that's what worked for me. Hopefully it could work for you. You know what I'm saying? You could find your own little ways of doing it, or it could work good for you exactly the way I explained, however the case may be, you know. But Peace. Happy now. Matter of fact, my leg, I gotta stretch my leg. I can't stay in that lowest position too long. Uh, Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace.